That new Dark Souls style game came out today.
Oh, Sekiro, yeah, I opened up Steam and it came up straight away. I'm not sure if it's
Yeah,
multiplayer, but it looks really good.
it does look really good. I don't know if it's multiplayer either.
Yeah, but if it's made by, is it
Dark Souls.
From Software? Is it the one who people who
Yeah.
make Dark Souls? Yeah, it's bound to be good.
What's it called again? Shikaru.
Sekiro,
Okay.
Sekiro,
Oh, let's see.
Japanese themed Dark Souls game. I'm well on that.
Mm. Yeah, I know. That's what I thought I'd say something about.
Yeah, I'll probably get it next week.
It's a single player experience, no multiplayer.
Oh well, yeah, it's bound to be good, but
It looks like Ninja Gaiden and stuff like that mixed in with it. It's quite cool.
yeah, it does.
Cool.
That's notoriously hard as well, apparently, Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Welcome to Pass the Turn. This is another Magic the Gathering Monday session, and today we are back on the MTG Challenge podcast esque style episode. I'm here with Josh,
Hello.
and there he is. I'm just going to be kicking off straight away. The last topic we discussed was a card you got altered or signed. So that was day 10, and we're on to day 11. So another 10-day episode going up to day 20. So day 11 straight away is a banned card you love, which we sort of touched on the previous episode.
Yeah.
So if you just want to kick off that discussion with a banned card that you love, Josh.
A banned card that I like is it's a modern card.
Yeah.
Well, it's banned in modern, and it's Birthing Pod.
Oh, really? So this isn't banned in Commander then?
No, not banned in Commander, just banned in modern. It's awesome in Commander, as you have bear witnessed too.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's banned in modern. It's too I can't even remember the word for it now.
Phyrexian mana.
Too consistent. Yeah, it's just too consistent. Like you're winning by turn three normally, and I don't know. And if it's consistently turn three, that's not good really for the format. Even though the format is sort of turn three, turn four, it something that's consistent. If it's consistent, it's just not what you really want to be playing against. It's not very interactive either. It's just sort of doing its own thing.
And you want about modern being too consistent, or both?
Yeah, it's too good in modern.
Yeah,
In Commander, there's more answers. It's a slower format.
yeah,
Um, and that you're sat there with three or more players. Someone's going to answer that birthing pod. It won't stay there long. And
Well, you
if it
say that.
does, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it depends how you build your deck around it. So I build my deck. I don't want infinite combo off it, and I don't want to just win the game off of it. So I use it for like a value engine. So like, let's get rid of something that has had its day on the battlefield. Move it on. Grab something better.
Yeah, it is really, really good. So it's an artifact. Costs 1 green or Phyrexian mana, so you can pay 2 life for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Pay 2 life for that. Yeah. So you just play it for 3 mana.
Yeah, yeah, basically. So Phyrexian green and 3 others, and then it allows you to sacrifice a creature, search a library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to +1 the sacrifice creature's converted mana cost, and put it onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
So things just evolve into other things, and yeah, it is really good. Artwork looks quality as well.
Yeah, amazing artwork. I know in Commander you can do some cool things where you sack off like your fellow Dark Guardian
Yeah,
to go and get a Karmic Guide, bring back your fellow Dark Guardian, and then decide whether you want to bounce your Karmic Guide to get something else from the grave, or bounce your Bluffing Pod and then go off again. Lots of different ways to go around it, but it's just like a value engine.
just a shenanigans card really as well, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, love it. So yours is an artifact. Mine is just a big demon called Grizzlebrand.
Brilliant card.
Yeah, 7/7 flying life link, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. Again, in the previous episode, we touched on it briefly with combos like Through the Breach and all that sort of stuff, just going off and drawing an insane amount of cards.
Yeah, I love that. I've been looking at potentially building a modern deck with him and either I think it's Goiro's Vengeance or Through the Breach, both very similar cards. Through the Breach sticks it up from your hand onto the battlefield and you sack it at the end step. Goiro's is like a 2 mana instant return target legendary creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield, exile it at the next end step.
Oh
But
wow,
it's
yeah.
2 mana and it's ridiculous.
Return target legendary creature card from your graveyard to play. That creature gains haste. Remove it from the game end of turn. Oh wow. Has a
Very
splice
powerful
onto
card.
arcane as well. I still don't understand what that does, but you know.
No, to be honest, me neither.
But yeah. So yeah, that's my pick as well for that. But we discussed that in great detail, and we'll discuss it again in some future episodes. He comes up again, I think, in another episode. So that's our favourite banned cards from day 11. Day 12 is a promo card that you love, and I'll kick this one off with another demon. Surprise, surprise, that I got from the Amonkhet pre-release that we went to.
Oh yeah,
And that was an Apocalypse Demon.
that's cool.
But it just had like a little stamp on the actual artwork itself saying 23rd to 24th of July, which is when the pre-release happened. I think. Can't remember what it meant, the date on there, but that's my favourite promo card. Probably because that's the only one I have.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I have quite a few actually, but some of them, the ones that I've attempted to go into an events, would
yeah.
probably be Corpse Jack Menace.
Oh yeah, doubling count as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's I mean that was a staple in my old, Primordial Hydra Bulgari counters deck. I love
Oh
that
yeah.
card. But also another one that comes to mind is Brood Mother Dragon. So I
Oh
have
yeah.
the promo art for that as well. In fact, I have two of them. I love that card. Wish I used it more, but I just can't find a place for it in a deck, really.
Brood Mother Dragon.
Brood Mother Dragon.
Oh,
Dragon
Brood Mother.
That's it, Dragon Brood Mother, yeah. 3
4/4/4.
red, 1 green, 2 colorless.
Ah.
Basically impossible to play.
Yeah. At the beginning of each upkeep, put one. Oh, each upkeep. Oh
Yeah.
wow. With Flying and Devour. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about putting it in my
Dragon deck.
my main. Well, it's in my dragon deck already, but I thought about putting it in my main deck, just because it's cool more than anything. But
Yeah.
it just won't stay around very long.
No, that's it. It's just one of those cards really, which gets targeted, I guess, isn't it? But
Yeah, and the value. I mean, it doesn't. You have to wait a while for it to even do anything. So like, I mean, you bring it in, and I think it's a 4/4 or 5/5. I can't remember top of my head.
yeah.
But chances are it's gone in a game of Commander by the time it gets round to you and it's had a chance to attack. So really, what you've paid for is 6 mana for like 3/1/1 dragons, which is not the worst thing in the world, but it's not what you want.
No, I guess yeah. That's it.
I'd rather like Birthing Pod into 6 mana and go and get something like Massacre Worm and just annihilate all the small creatures on the field, or go and get Sun Titan and get back my Eternal Witness or something like that.
Yeah, just extra value cards rather than
Exactly. I mean, that in our game that you will see it on it was the Leviathan game, wasn't it, where I was getting Sun Titan to go back and get out Eternal Witness to go and get my Farseek and just ramp myself up to try and catch up
yeah.
with the ludicrous ramp that your Leviathan deck has.
Yeah, that was a pretty titanic game, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's definitely one to watch when it comes out.
Yeah, definitely. It probably won't. Yeah, it won't be out when this video gets posted. But yeah, definitely something to look out for. I'll try and prioritize it because it was an epic battle between the two, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, it was.
And it was a
awesome
one-on-one commander game, which we don't really do a lot of, but you will see a few videos being dropped here and there with regards to that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so that was our favourite promo cards that we had. On to day 13, which is our favourite artifact. So you can kick that off. It's your turn. So your favourite artifact, what would that be?
I don't know, man. I've got so many. I have Birthing Pod written down on my sheet because it is up there in my top ones. I don't really want to say the same one again. I mean, it is far up there, but potentially Helm of the Host. I really like that card as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always a nuisance when it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, you could just do some crazy cool things with that, and also Etherflux Reservoir. That's an
Ah, yeah.
awesome card.
Do you,
That is a really awesome card.
I haven't seen that come out for a while though. That one.
That's my Cascade deck. So I'm sure we'll play the Cascade deck on the channel at some point. I've just got to get faster at playing it. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah. There's just so much going on with it, isn't there?
Exactly. You're just like, well, then I do this, then I do that, then I do this, and then you're counting your Etherflux Reservoir at the same time. It's crazy.
So the Etherflux
Crazy card.
Reservoir one's the one where you can pay live to do 50 damage and it or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow, yeah, that's ridiculous. Do you get a
It's
lot of?
really good in Commander as well because you start at a higher life total.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you get quite a lot of life in that deck then, or?
Well, what the Cascade does is that because with Etherflux Reservoir, for every spell you've played that turn, you gain that much life. So if you played your first spell, you get 1 life. Then if you played your second spell, you'd get 2 life for playing that one.
Yeah.
Third spell, you get 3 life. So it cascades on. So if you've played like 10 spells a turn, that's a crazy amount of life you've gained.
That's right. Yeah, it just stacks up, doesn't it?
Yeah, just mad amount of life.
Reservoirs just gets fuller and fuller, then you just blast someone with it.
Yeah, you just nuke whoever is the biggest threat on the board, or you hold it against them. You're like, well, are you sure you want to target me because you'll be dead?
50
It's
damage.
simple as yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous. It's just funny how it's actually printed on the card. This is going to do 50 damage to you. It's just like,
Yeah,
okay.
50 damage.
That's ridiculous.
It's mad.
What was that? A Kaladesh card as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Ridiculous. It's quite underrated. That's loads of ridiculous artifacts in that set, though, isn't it?
Yeah, there's loads of quality stuff in there. I mean, like vehicles is something that I'd love to start building, but
Yeah.
I just don't really know what to do with it, really.
No, it's a really cool card I saw as well. It's not a vehicle, but it's a well, actually, no, it is a vehicle. Which it's a pirate ship basically. I can't remember what it's called. What is it called?
Oh, and it turns into a land.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that.
Is it Dusk Legion Dreadnought?
Something like that. Yeah, and it turns into something that lets you draw cards, right?
Oh, what is it? No, it's not that. It's not Dusk Legion Dreadnought. What is it called?
Dreadnought, something.
Oh.
I'll have a quick look in my collection and see if I can find it.
Basically, what it does is once you attack with it, it turns into a land.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
It turns into a land that allows you to return target card from your graveyard to your hand, which is
Oh,
ridiculous.
okay. Maybe I don't have that one. Let's have a look.
No, I'm gonna get it at some point because it's gonna go in my vampires deck because I've got loads of little creatures that can just board it and then it turns into a ridiculous constant eternal witness land that you can tap to return stuff to your
That's a
hand.
good point. It might be worth running in a lot of decks. To be fair, right? Okay, so I'm looking for my colorless stuff now. I will find it eventually.
Oh, what is it called?
Look, Dark Steel Plate right there. Oblivion Sower. No, not those ones. That's for sure. Etherflux Reservoir. I've got a stack of them. Jeez. Conqueror's Galleon.
That's the one. Yeah.
When it attacks, exile it at the end of combat, then return it to your battlefield transformed under your control, and it becomes Conqueror's Foothold. So you can pay 6 mana to return card from your graveyard to your hand, 4 mana to draw a card, or 2 mana to draw a card, then discard a card. So it's just a great land. That was in my Eldrazi deck, but it's no longer in there. But it is actually, it's probably quite worth putting in something.
It is, yeah. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. It's ridiculous.
It's very powerful.
Draw a card and then draw a card, discard a card. So it's ridiculous.
Very powerful card.
It's got value in everything. You just need to make sure it transforms.
And you just got to get that one attack. It's a 2/10, so it's not going to die from anything. So
yeah.
I mean, what's the chances that they're going to have anything higher than that?
No, exactly.
At that stage of the game? Well, maybe your Leviathan deck, maybe, but
oh yeah, Leviathan would sink that ship.
yeah, 100%.
Definitely. Yeah, a couple of went a bit off track there, but yeah, that's just rekindled my interest in that card in particular because it just goes in anything. But you have to have 4 creatures out and you have to tap them all as well, which is another downside. But once you get it out, don't you?
Well, no, you don't have 4 creatures. You just have to have a creature with the power of 4 or more.
Oh, really?
Or, for example, you could have a 1/1 and a 3/3, and you tap both of them and you take control of it.
Oh,
so your Leviathans could board your Conqueror's Galleon in one shot.
Oh, I see. Total power 4 or more. Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
crazy card.
Yeah, need to revisit that.
On the list for one deck at least.
My best artifact has now changed. My favourite artifact has now changed to Conqueror's Galleon, even though I don't have one. No. No, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be way up there. But my favourite is always going to be Urza's Incubator.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Just because I play a lot of tribal cards, tribal decks, should I say, and this is a staple in pretty much all of them because it's just making all of your creatures lesser amount for 3 mana.
Yeah. And there's quite a lot of different variants of Urza's Incubator with different ones. There's that one that has the imprint that does the same thing.
Yeah.
So there's lots of ways. It's just the OG version of it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the OG, and I've got the OG artwork as well from Urza's Destiny or Urza's Saga or one of the Urza's sets back in 1990s. I've got 4 copies of those. You've got one of them as well on your Dragon deck, I think.
Yeah, I'm using one.
So
I forgot to say actually, have you thought about using a card called Heartless Summoning in your Demons deck?
I read this.
It costs
0.
2 mana,
Oh, was it?
and
It's 2.
creature spells cost 2 less to cast, but creatures you control get -1/-1. Well, that doesn't matter because demons are ridiculous anyway. But 2 less for 2 mana.
Oh wait, I need to Google
Heartless Summoning, and it sort of comes into your the way your deck works of like not really caring much for your life or your creatures.
that. Yeah,
They're there to do your bidding.
that's it. Yeah, and I say I don't really attack with the demons that I have either. Really.
No, exactly. They're
Um,
there for they do lots of horrible things.
yeah, I might have to look at that. 2 mana. It's like literally an Urza's Incubator. And
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
and because all of my creatures in that deck as well are massive converted mana costs, none of them will die or really feel the effect of that.
exactly. And then you think about it this way. Let's say you put a Heartless Summoning out, and then you put your Urza's Incubator out. Your demons cost 4 less.
Yeah, that's horrible. And
That's
that's all creature spells as well. So even like my Cryptghast or my
exactly. Your Cryptghast becomes a 2 mana card.
Yeah, that's pretty mental.
Another card for the deck.
Yeah, another really good card there. Enchantment as well. That's nice. But yeah, that's my favorite artifact. As Incubator makes everything good. Tribal deck. It's pretty much in every tribal deck I own or wherever I play with. So that's that. But yeah, that's why we have these discussions because obviously it just other ideas brainstorm off of it, and Heartless Summoning
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
something that I need to look into at some point. I think.
Yeah. Definitely. I think so. It's not too expensive as well. I think it's like 2 or 3 quid.
Yeah.
So it's relatively inexpensive, easy to place in the deck. I mean, I'd have it in my deck, but I have creatures that will just die as soon as I play them, so there's no point.
So if you played a creature when that was out, it would hit the battlefield and then a die effect.
Die.
So then
It will just die.
you'd still get the die effect of that creature though.
100%. For example,
Ah.
reassembling skeleton would just die as soon as it comes in, and then you could play it from the grave, and it would die again.
Yeah, so you would still get the if the creature dies trigger.
Yeah. For example, if Thragtusk was a 2/1, Thragtusk would come in, die, would gain you 5 life, come in, die, and make that 3/3 beast.
Ah, that's pretty nice as well.
Yeah, so it's you can build like a really cool deck around that. Like you could do like Rakdos colors with impact tremors where and stuff like that, or impact tremors, and there's a red siege card that whenever a creature leaves the battlefield. So you could be like playing cards that are just going to die instantly. But you can have you get the 1 damage on everyone for it entering and the 1 damage on everyone for it leaving.
Yeah, that's pretty mental.
Cool
Nice.
ideas.
Yeah, nice. Like that. Cool. I can add that to my list, I reckon.
Fair.
Heartless Summoning. Nice. So yeah, that was our favourite artifacts and other discussion points. So the next one is day 14. So this is a card that's best in foil. So my favourite card in foil was the old cards in foil because I think the foiling back in the day was really good.
Yeah. Do you want to give an example?
Yeah, and Thorn Elemental was my example. So that was one of my favourite cards of all time back in the day, and the foiling on that was really, really nice. It was like really vibrant in comparison to now. It's just more of a background effect. Whereas back in
Yeah.
those days, I think that card was also a promo though, because it had like
Oh yeah,
a
I'm looking
shooting
at one
star
now.
thing.
Yeah, it's got like a rainbow effect on it.
Yeah, I think it was a promo, but it was just
Yeah,
a really,
definitely.
really, really nice foil that I remember that I really liked.
We've discussed foils before, haven't we? And how we think Yu-Gi-Oh foils
Yeah.
are just better.
Oh,
And
definitely.
there's another one. I don't know if it's called Card Fight or something like that. They have crazy looking foils, and I just think that I know that a lot of Magic players don't like the artwork of Yu-Gi-Oh, and totally understand that.
Yeah.
But the foiling process they use on a lot of their cards is just far superior to what we get on with Magic, and like stuff like shatter foils and stuff like that. I mean, for some people, maybe that's not what they want, but my favorite full art, my favorite foil is full art lands. And
Yeah.
if I had a full art land with like shatter foil on it, I'd be loving life because that would look amazing.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
something that Magic's never done, really, is it? Like experiment with that sort of aesthetic. But
yeah,
the full art lands, those are always really nice, whether they're foil or not.
yeah,
But yeah, foil lands are lush as well.
yeah. That's definitely mine, and I think the more popular commander gets, the more like people like to pimp their commander decks out. I mean, you look at my deck, and my
Yeah,
basic lands are like every forest is a different forest and a different type of forest as well. So you've got like I've got like a French generic snow forest, and then I've got like a Italian white border forest. I've got a Spanish one as well. I've got a Japanese plains.
yeah,
Got full arts, and and then I've got foil like swamps and stuff like that that are full art, and I just like to have my lands look all different and like different parts of where Magic came from, like different years and stuff like that. I think one of the lands I've got is like 1994, which is ridiculous. I was 3 years old when that card was printed.
yeah. It's mental, isn't it? How far back it goes, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I might have to do that.
I think in 1994.
I've got
Okay.
so much land box, massive land box. I might actually have to go through and just make sure that every single forest art or every single mountain art is different.
Oh, 100%. You've got loads of full arts as well, so you could go through it and make loads of different ones. I've got some old swamps, like proper white border ones, and then like
Yeah,
I think I got some like oh, what's it? It's not antiquities. So you have alpha, beta, something else. I can't remember what it is,
I think it might be
but
antiquities.
it might be antiquities. Yeah, then I think I have some lands from them series as well,
Yeah,
which is
proper
cool.
old school. Nice. Um, Next topic is a card that you're currently playing. So this is probably just something that stands out to you at the moment, I guess, or one of your favourite ones at this precise moment in time. So what would that be for you at the moment, do you think?
Oh, this is hard, man. I like so many cards. You know me, just
Yeah,
literally, I love loads of different things. So I had on this list Bruno the Fading Light,
yeah.
but I'm not playing that at the moment, unfortunately. So that can't really be in it. So I'm going to go with the card that I do love playing with, and that's Scrithix the Blight Dragon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's lovely, isn't he?
It's just putrid dragon, and I like we play Monster Hunter sometimes, and there's that Elder Dragon that looks basically exactly the same as him. It's just a corpse dragon and just looks awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what he's called now. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the plague one.
Yeah, yeah,
The
exactly.
one that
Little
roams
Scrithix is a
around in the Rotten Vale.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah. I've never thought about that before. Yeah, Rotten Vale. That's literally
yeah.
Slythrix.
The Val Hazak. Yeah, it
Yeah.
literally looks exactly like him.
That's quality. I never thought about that. Absolute Slythrix or whatever his name is in Monster Hunter.
Scrithix. Yeah, I mean, they must have got like they must have had someone that plays Magic and gone, wow, Scrithix the Blight Dragon. Got to make an Elder Dragon like that. That's cool.
Yeah,
Or
it's
maybe
awesome.
there's some like a myth and lore about certain dragons or something like that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, even the last boss on Monster Hunter looks like bloody Ugin.
Yeah, well, it does exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, there's loads of crossovers there, aren't there? But dragons are just ridiculous. Yeah, Slithwix is quality. My favourite is at the moment is Arix Mekthis Slumbering Isle, which is a commander that I run at the
Oh
moment.
yeah.
Just because he is guaranteed ramp and he never fails me either. He always gets me the mana fix I need and just propels me into that late game in that Leviathan deck, and he becomes a ridiculous threat himself, which can most of the time deal 12 commander damage, if not more, to someone straight to their face.
Yeah, I mean, being on the other side of you attacking with that is like, right, well, okay, at least it doesn't have trample,
Yeah,
but it's still 12/12, so you have to block it no matter what, because you can't take two hits, and you don't want to risk, like, for example, like you do with the Ether Tunnel in it or something like that, and it's suddenly unblockable and you can't do anything about it then.
Rogue's Passage or something like that, just going through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely one of my favourite cards at the moment. Definitely one of my favourite decks at the moment, and very, 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 very chuffed with how that one turned out. Even though it was just a random idea that I came up with. Sea creatures. So yeah, that's a card that we're currently playing and what we're fond of at the moment. This next topic is a card that you've given to someone as a gift. So I'll start this one with I think the best card I've given as a gift was probably the Eldrazi's that I gave you.
Oh yeah, the Eldrazi's were, that was such a good gift. I
Yeah,
mean, to be fair, you've given me some really good gifts. You gave me, it was Imrakul, um, and Ulamog, wasn't it?
yeah.
I don't know if I already had Kozilek myself, or did I buy him afterwards?
I think
I
you
might
might
have
have
already
bought
had.
him.
Yeah, I might have bought him. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of changing my colorless commander to try maybe Ulamog or Kozilek. I'd like to try Ulamog just because he's hard to get rid of.
Alamog the Ceaseless Hunger. I need to refresh.
Is also out of the art. It's another sick card. It's weird, like thinking about your collection and the amount of just awesome things that you have.
Oh yeah, yeah. So 10 mana, exile 2 permanents when he comes in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
he would definitely be the weakest of the three commanders
But then,
because Emrakul you can take someone's turn,
yeah,
and Kozilek you get a full hand, you can start countering stuff. But he's the best for keeping on the field, I think.
yeah, and he's got that value where if he gets sent back to the command zone, if he comes back out again, you're going to exile something else, and you're going to
Yeah,
keep. You're going to,
exactly.
you can in effect also, you know, try and make him die for the sense that he goes back to the command zone, then he comes back out to exile the threat that you're more worried about.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that is your constant removal is really really good. But then Emrakul's just Emrakul, so you love that. And then Kozilek is just the card draw, constant card draw if he ever gets sent back
yeah,
to the command zone, or countering, or just messing other people's plans up. So
yeah.
I can
I mean, I
understand
like that.
why
Yeah.
it's hard to choose.
Yeah, I mean they're all just brilliant, and another part of me is like, well, I'd like to use one of them in my main deck as well, just because you have it and it's a cool card and a card that I like playing. It's like you want to have more opportunities to play that card.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's kind of so I don't know. Maybe Alamog might take a turn and come into my main deck. Don't know, but I think he's probably better staying off with his Eldrazi chums for now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, but yeah, you can definitely abuse all of them just by casting them again and again and again because late
Yeah.
game as well. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I mean, I can get to like 10 mana on turn 3 with the Eldrazi decks, which is just stupid.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Mana ramp is
Another,
so
another,
essential.
another thing, yeah, another thing that Emrakul and Kozilek have over Ceaseless Hunger is that they have um, more than 11 power. So, or more than 10, should we say? So
Yeah,
that they can actually two-shot anyone on the field as a command with commander damage, whilst Alamog is a three-shot.
that's true. Yeah. Yes,
which
that's
is in which is interesting. Obviously, people are going to block him, but they're still exiling 20 cards, which is just like ending most people's games.
oh yeah, I
It's, I
forgot
mean,
about
especially if you're playing against something that's combo deck, and you exile two or three pieces of their combo, that's their game over. They cannot come back from that normally.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's whenever he attacks as well. So he does damage doesn't even have to go through or nothing. It's just when he attacks, you mill.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exiled, not being played anymore.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even mill. Yeah, it's exile. Wow. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, he's good. He might be worth a go.
Yeah, I think I'll give him a go. See how it goes.
Yeah. I've just looked it up on the internet and I've seen some sick full art alters on the card. I'm going to display
Oh,
those
really?
on the screen right now.
I love full art alters.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I think like when we opened those Ultimate Masters boxes, I was hoping for some of the Eldrazi's. I mean, we didn't get a single one, but were a few there that I would have loved to have in the deck as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
Infinite Gaia and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, it's a shame really, but you would have definitely if you just imagine that if you would have got a Eldrazi Ultimate box topper, you'd have been so
Oh,
happy.
oh man, that would have been insane. I mean, we got a pretty good one anyway. Bitter Blossom is a really good card,
Yeah,
but it's just sat there at the moment, not being used.
it is. Yeah, no one uses it, and it's just hard to shift anywhere. So I don't know, it's hard to
Well,
shift.
we'll see when we take it up to Bristol on Sunday what happens with it.
Yeah, exactly. Might be worth just actually contacting them and seeing if they know a market for it at all. But
Yeah, I
um,
mean, at the end of the day, they might turn around and say we'll give you trading value, and then we'll just take a list of cards that we want and swap
yeah,
them in.
yeah,
There's
no,
definitely a few cards that I'd want to get.
yeah,
Potentially, you can get a Grizzlebrand there. Not that you can use it, but I mean,
just to own it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Emrakul, Eon's Torn, just to own it.
Yeah, just to own it. We did get an Artisan of Kozilek, but that was about it, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I already had one of those.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah. Although Matthew might want to use that in his colorless Animar deck.
yeah. Oh, don't give that to him, please. Oh,
So, I don't know
yeah.
if I even said what my favorite one was for that, to be honest. We just got completely. Oh, no, no. This is what we're giving as a gift. Right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
right. We're still too close to Leo's birthday. So,
Yeah.
the card that is probably the biggest gift I've given away will be revealed on an upcoming video
Yeah.
as Leo's birthday, and he's about to get something that he would never expect. One of his favorite cards that is on his list of I won't be able to ever afford. Not
Yeah.
until he's a fully grown adult and stuff like that. It's going to be his 17th birthday.
Wow.
Ah, that's crazy. Yeah, so he'll watch out for that video and see his reaction to that. We're gonna try and play it up, see what he thinks. We might give him like an Arbor Elf or something like that first. Arbor Elf is still a cool card, but he'd be like, "Whoa, why?"
Yeah, that'll be hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, definitely
But yeah,
stay tuned for that. Yeah, it's going to be a not a live reaction, but a video reaction of his
gift.
of his gift. Yeah, nice, decent.
So number 17.
Number
What's
17.
that?
Yeah, that is your favorite enchantment. So what's your favorite enchantment?
Oath of Teferi.
Oh no, this one's horrible. Yeah.
This card, every single time I play Liliana Vess and I down tick her to go and put something on the top of my library, Aaron knows exactly what it's going to be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oath of Teferi.
Yeah.
And then I'll just draw it off, play it, and then tick Liliana up or tick her down again, find something else, and it's just being able to activate your planeswalkers twice. It's just crazy powerful.
Yeah, I mean, an average game, you've got 3 out. If no,
Yeah.
if no one's dealt with it, you've average got 3 or 4 out. And being able to activate them and double them and whatever it does is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, you can activate it twice, and when it comes in, you exile something, you return it at your end step. So it's basically the perfect card for my deck because I can just bounce away a land maybe that I need to use on someone else's turn, or bounce away something like a Felidar Guardian.
Yeah.
So I just tick up, or I just down tick and almost kill one of my planeswalkers. Felidar Guardian comes in at the end step and bounces it, so it's back to being fine. So lots of different ways of going around it.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it is really, really good.
Oh, it's probably one of my favorite cards to use with Nicol Bolas.
Cool, yeah. It's just not nice, really, is it?
No, especially it's Nicol Bolas. I don't know if it's the Deceiver or the other one, where it's +1 is exile 2 cards from each opponent's hand.
Wow.
So you just uptick it twice, and they've just exiled 4 cards from their hand, which
Yeah.
is,
Okay.
unless they're playing like unlimited hand size, is pretty nasty.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty. I've just googled it, Oath of Teferi, and there's other oaths as well, like Oath of Jason, Oath of Nissa. I didn't realise that. Oath
Yeah.
of
So
Gideon.
Nissa is the only one that broke her oath.
Oh, in the storyline.
Yeah.
Ah. Oath of Nissa, Oath of Jace, Oath of Gideon, Oath of Liliana. What the fuck is that? Oath of Liliana.
I don't know what that one is. I think it's something to do with zombies.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a shame. Each opponent
Yeah.
sacrifices a creature when it comes in at the beginning of each end step. If a planeswalker entered the battlefield under your control this turn, put a 2/2 black zombie into the battlefield. Yeah, it's not for me.
No.
If it was demons or something, then definitely. But no, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's more usable for me, but even I don't use it.
Yeah, but yeah, Over to Fairy is definitely a fair shout for your deck, isn't it? 100%.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Nice. My favourite enchantment can either win me the game or lose me the game, and that's Necropotence.
Oh, yeah.
So
That guy's crazy.
it is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, in the last game that I played, which I played it yesterday with Kyle, James, and Tom. Some new guys that are playing Weekly Commander with, which you'll see on the channel soon. I lost the game because of it, because I couldn't draw any cards, and whenever the only way I can draw cards is by paying life to do so. So I was rinsing myself.
Yeah.
So I have to just get a better understanding of when to play it.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely the kind of card that you need to use at the right time. So you need to be having your Recre Tower out or something like that, and you just need to just drop it, knowing that you're in a strong enough position to be able to draw 10 cards and not take the consequence of losing 10 life.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I mean, that first game that we had between dragons and demons, people will see that.
Yeah,
Um, it wrecked you that game. That's what lost you the game.
no, exactly. That's what I mean. It can either win me the game or lose me the game. So it's just that fine line of determining when I play it and how much
Yeah.
life I pay to it.
I think one of the cards that maybe should go into your demon deck to sort of counteract that is probably Whip of Erebos.
Yeah, yeah, that is.
Just because it'll give you that life and your demons will be able to come back from the grave. Although Necropotence also exiles anything you discard, so but that's not really a problem. But anything's in your grave, you can just bring back and get your life when you need it, and a lot of them have enter the battlefield triggers as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think Whip of Erebos might have to go in there because
Yeah, I think just that you need to balance out the sheer power of Necropotence with something that can make it reliable rather than risky.
yeah, yeah,
Because at the moment it's way too much of a risk, but it is absolutely awesome.
yeah. That's what I mean. It can either win me the game or lose me the game at the moment, depending on when I make the decision to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So it's just one of those things. But it is so powerful, which is why I love it.
and also because you're playing mono black, you have pretty much no access to enchantment removal, so
yeah,
you can't even get rid of it from yourself.
yeah, I mean, I've got answers in that deck. I've got 2 answers in that deck to get rid of permanents, and that's obviously Scour from Existence, which costs 7 to play.
Yeah,
And then I've got that Spine of Ishsar, which comes in and destroys a permanent.
yeah, that's a really really cool card as well.
Oh, it is, yeah. It's ridiculous. Especially if you've
That's
got
in my Eldrazi deck.
yeah, especially if you've got Phyrexia's Call or something behind it which allows you to sacrifice
Oh
it
yeah,
and just go straight back to your hand. Ridiculous.
yeah, definitely brilliant card.
But yeah, that's my favourite enchantment, Necropotence. Now, which one's the next one? Day 18. Your favourite multicolour card?
So that's a tricky one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Think mine's going to be Nicol Bolas, the Planeswalker.
The original OG Bolas.
Yeah, not the original OG Dragon Bolas, but the OG Planeswalker
Oh yeah,
Bolas. Because I mean, it's he has so much potential because you could when you play him, and if there's creatures on the battlefield that are a problem, you can't destroy them with him, but you just take control of them,
oh
and
yeah,
that's just like that's crazy. So it's just good utility. So when he comes in, you can be like, okay, I need to get rid of that enchantment, so I'll destroy that non-permanent,
yeah.
or I'll take control of that creature, and then next turn I'll start doing other things. And then his minus is just ludicrous. Sacrifice 7 permanents, deal 7
Oh,
damage, discard
yeah,
7 cards, which is gross.
yeah. It's just disgusting. He is a ridiculously powerful planeswalker, and he was one of the original planeswalkers as well, wasn't he? One of them.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the lore too much, but um, he was essentially a god amongst planeswalkers at one point, which is why he's been trying to get his power back for a long, long time.
Yeah, yeah. He's amazing. He's really good.
What about you?
Favorite multicolored card. This is at the moment my favorite multicolored card is Damia Sage of Stone,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which is it is a deck at the moment. Whether it's very good or not, it depends really. But you know,
I mean, it worked quite well in the 3-player game we had with Johnny.
yeah, it did. Yeah, it
He was
was
playing against Rune and
Varel.
Burrell. Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty good. And it allowed me to do everything I wanted to do with it, and it was
yeah.
it's just awesome. Maybe
You have so much removal in there. So
yeah,
once you get to that mana point, you're drawing everything you need every turn. It's very similar to Grizzlebrand in the fact that you always have 7 cards in your hand.
yeah. I think my favourite way to play I've discovered now is just card draw. That's my favourite way to play. I think.
Yeah, no, that's a genuine strategy. Having a lot of cards. Actually, there is a card that you should probably put in to your Damia, which is that Phyrexian Crawler or something like that. So
Um,
whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life.
oh god, yeah, Psychosis Crawler. Carl's got one.
Psychosis Crawler, yeah. I have one as well, yeah. I have a spare one you can use.
Oh yeah, so it's ridiculous, and it's power and toughness equal to number of cards in your hand as well, isn't it?
Exactly. So that could even go in your Demon's deck as
Yeah, I
well.
know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I draw 10 cards off of Necropotence, that's everyone's losing 10 life, and I'm gaining 10 life.
Well, yeah. Well, is it you draw 10 cards or is it you exile 10 cards? What does it say on Necropotence?
It says exile a top card of your library, then then put that card into your hand, so you wouldn't be drawing it, would you?
No, but your other enchantment that you pay 2 life and draw a card,
Yeah,
that one would work.
yeah, and I've got loads of other ways of card drawing, like Blood Gift Demon, Indulgent Tormentors, and draw 3 cards, lose 3 life, all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
2 different strategies. Obviously, once Necropotence is played, that card becomes less effective, but you have 2 different ways of dealing with things then. Now have I'm drawing, you're dying.
and I'm gaining life as well. Do you gain life of it?
Yeah,
No, you don't.
can't remember. Psychosis Crawler. Nope, just each opponent loses 1 life.
But still, that's a good way of draining people, isn't it? And obviously,
And it fits
Psychosis
into the
Crawler.
aesthetic of the deck as well because it's a horror.
Yeah, it's a horror, and equal to number of cards in my hand. I'm always going to have a ridiculous hand size as well.
Oh yeah, so it could be like a 2020.
Yeah, it's quite similar to the Kagimaro one, which is equal to number of cards in my hand also. So I might have to look at that as well. But yeah, it could work in Damia as well. Yeah, definitely, because she's constantly got 7 cards, so it's a 7/7, which drains people all the time, and it will drain
Yeah.
someone every turn as well with Damia because of her ability.
Yeah, so every turn you'll be drawing because you'll probably be playing most of your hands, you'll be drawing at least, 4 cards. So everyone's losing 4 life every turn.
And
And it's losing life as well.
Would that be how it works? Because it says whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. So if you drew 2
Yeah.
cards, that would be 2 life.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's ridiculous. Yeah, need to look at that as well at some point. But yeah, Damia is my favourite multicolor at the moment. Commander deck's not ridiculously good. It's not on the same level as the other ones, but it's just still fun because there's loads of removal.
I'd say that, yeah, I'd say it's middle tier. It's the same, maybe it's a bit more powerful than my Rune deck, and I'd say my Rune deck's 4 or 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's just more of a It's a bit more of a fun thing, isn't it? Really,
Yeah,
but just
definitely.
good stuff deck. Not
I
very
mean, we
powerful.
talk about power rating of our decks. With the good thing about how many decks we've built now, I mean, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we have about 12, 13 commander decks combined.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So we have varying power there as well. So you'll have disgusting decks to play against, like the Cascade and my main deck,
Yeah.
and then you'll have low to the ground decks to play against, like Rune or my Warriors deck, which I would put Warriors fairly low because of the cost of cards inside of it. It's the synergy that makes that good. And
Yeah.
then maybe the Defender deck would be a tier up from that,
Yeah.
and the Instants and Sorceries deck.
Yeah. There's loads of cool things we've got now, aren't there? That's what I mean. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can just pick up any deck and just enjoy it, and that's the good thing. Like I'm going to be doing Camp America this year, so I'm going to be taking my strongest deck and a middling deck, and then maybe a modern deck, because there's going to be someone at camp that wants to play
yeah.
100%.
Oh, definitely.
And I'll be buying a lot of cards whilst I'm out there as well, just
Oh,
because it'll be a hell of a lot cheaper.
Whereabouts are you going out there?
New York,
Ah,
New York District.
nice. Yeah, definitely be some
So if
stalls.
anyone is watching this channel by then and wants to meet up for some Commander or Magic games, let me know.
In New York City.
And you can try and take on the Dun.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Nice. So yeah, day 19 now is a card from your favourite set, and I'm going to go with a set that we actually talked about on the first podcast as well, when I talked about illusionary wings or ghostly wings.
Oh yeah,
Which is the same set as that, which is Torment, which is a set that I just grew up on. So obviously it's quite nostalgic in that sense. And this card actually is a commander of a guy called Tom that you'll see on the channel recently, and that's Chainer Dementia Master. He runs a mono black deck, and this is actually one of his commanders, surprisingly. And this is one of my favourite cards from an old set, which is probably my favourite for nostalgic purposes. But Chainer Dementia Master, he is a minion legend.
Oh, the Nightmare guy.
Nightmare guy, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a really cool deck.
Yeah, and this is his commander, his mono black commander, Chainer. So he costs
Does he have
5.
Does he have the old art or does he have the newer art?
It's the, I don't know. Actually, didn't realise there was another one. Is there another one?
There's one from the grave. Oh, I don't know actually. Maybe there isn't. I'm not sure. Maybe it is just that one.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, I think you're right. It is just the Torment one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking up on Google Images now, and someone's made one on
Yeah, from Cardsmith. Yeah.
Cardsmith. Yeah,
No, Torment. Yeah.
you can go check out some cards that I've made on Cardsmith as well. I'll float the link in the screen now. Some cards I've made.
Where
Cardsmith.
our cards are slightly all over the place power level wise, but they are fun to play. We are planning to make a series where we play with our own custom commanders.
Yeah, that'd be a good little mini series, wouldn't it? Custom
A little
commander.
mini series. But obviously that's going to take time because it's building a deck around them or putting them into a deck we already have. Lots of different ways we can do it.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think it's just one card from that set. I don't think there's any other reprints of it. But yeah, Minion Legend. So he's a 3/3, costs 2 black and 3 others to bring in. All Nightmares get +1/+1. So again, that's not immediately good. But then it gets good when you start using his activated ability, which is pay 3 swamps and pay 3 life, : so you can use that as many times as you've got the mana and the life to do so. Put target creature card from a graveyard into play under your control.
Not nice.
That creature is black and is a nightmare in addition to its other types. So not only are you stealing someone else's creature from someone else's graveyard, they come into your side of the field as a nightmarish version of that creature, whether it be a Dragon Angel, Dragon Angel, Demon, or Eldrazi. It could be a copy of anything, but it's a nightmarish version, and it gets +1/+1, so it's immediately better than its living self.
Yeah.
So
it does have one downside though, isn't it? Is that when he leaves the battlefield, they all leave the battlefield as well, don't they?
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it. So just make sure you've got Chainer, Whisper Silk Cloaked, or Lightning Greaved, or Hexproof Boots, Swift Boots,
Well,
whatever
that's
they're
a good
called.
plan. And then at
Just-
the end of the day, if someone rafts, all of them are gone anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you, I might have to tell that to Tom. I don't think he's got any shrouds to
Yeah,
protect him.
Whisper Silk, Swiftfoot Boots, and Lightning Greaves.
Yeah.
And maybe, oh no, he's not playing green, is he? So I was going to say aestheticism, but that's he could also run Dark Steel Plate.
Oh yeah. If you dark still plate it and Swift boots it, whatever, then he just sits there, immortal to everything around him, and just has all his
Immortal, but
nightmares.
anything but sacrifice is the only way.
Yeah, that's it. Unless you make yourself hexproof, which is probably unlikely in mono black, but there you go.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, that's a pretty cool card that I thought. I think it's pretty good, and it's interesting because I now play against someone who uses him, even though even though I don't have him myself. But yeah, what's your favourite card from favourite set?
Favorite card? Oh, I've got so many. You know what I'm like. But
Yeah.
a card that I was looking through my collection, I thought actually that is not from my favorite set, but one of my favorite cards.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and that's Colonian Hydra.
Oh wow, yeah. This came out recently. I can't remember which deck you was playing. It came out in.
That was in my +1/+1 counters, Peer and Toothy deck.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Nice.
God, it's crazy talking about how many decks we have. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that went off as well. That deck. Yeah, we recorded.
Yeah, that
as
did.
well.
I mean, Colonian Hydra is. I mean, I thought the level of that deck was relatively low, but I think actually it's actually quite good because it's quite consistent, and you've just got to deal with Toothy. But the bigger he gets, obviously, the closer he gets to one-shotting you, first of all.
Yeah.
But also, the more cards I draw if you get rid of him, because it leaves the battlefield. It's not even destroyed. So, like, if you bounce it, I'm getting those cards still. Like, it's mad.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. It's great. Great commanders as well for +1/+1 orientated deck.
Yeah, 100%. Both of those together, especially with Peer, because she's basically a oh god, I can't remember the name of the card now. The enchantment, the green mana enchantment.
Hardened scales.
Hardened scales. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's it. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Colonian Hydra is up there. That used to be in my before we did modern sort of +1/+1 counter Golgari horribleness deck.
yeah, black and green back in the day. Jared Golgari Lich Lord was in there as well. Bless him.
Yeah, of course he was.
Yeah. We'll have to do that at some point, though. A two-headed giant commander sort of game where we our +1/+1 counter my mutations deck and your
Peer Toothy deck.
Your Peer Toothy combined, because that'll be ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it would be quite good. I mean, like we normally randomize our two-headed, but I think actually if we made it so that both decks playing both teams were balanced teams, but the decks complemented each other, that would be really awesome.
Yeah, it would.
Because I think my Peer Toothy deck would make your counter deck just a lot more efficient as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the fact that Peer targets anyone on our team, so that's both of us are getting the counters, and then you're just going to buff up Toothy, and Toothy's just going to keep slamming in.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. And then we could have maybe Matthew and Leo go with each other with some sort of creature shenanigans. Lots of options.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's just other stuff that we can explore in the future. But yeah, those decks are pretty good.
Definitely.
They from Battle Bond, are they? Those two? I guess they.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, both from Battle Bond. Yeah.
Nice.
That was before the channel, didn't we? Open a box of Battle Bond. Oh, no, I bought.
You did.
Oh, maybe it was just me. I bought a whole box for myself. I think actually.
Oh, nice.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, do that once in a while. What was we? What? How do we even get to that point? +1/+1 counters deck.
That was my Colonian Hydra day 19.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. God, ridiculous. So much. But yeah, so that was a card from favourite set, Colonian Hydra. Bit of a throwback, and then also relates to a current deck as well. So obviously that theme is still sticking around even now.
Yeah, 100%. See the Primordial Hydras. You'll see the Colonian Hydras in this in the Peer deck.
Oh,
so we're moving on to day 20, the last one of this episode.
It is, yep, and that is the favourite white border card.
Oh, this one's easy for me. This is my, I think it's Italian forest. My Bossk forest.
In Bossk.
Bossk. I'm just gonna Google Translate that to see what it is. Yeah, it is. No, it's Spanish. There we go then.
Yeah.
Bosque,
Nice.
Italian or Spanish. I've got a Italian one as well somewhere. Don't know what that one's called. Um,
Just means forest,
but
is it?
yeah, Bosque just means forest.
Nice.
Just love it. It's the artwork is like there's like a glow in the background, and like it looks like you're going down a path towards that glow, and it's just really cool looking.
Oh, nice.
And I just like being able to go Bosque.
Bosque. I'll bring out my Bosque.
Quality card.
Yeah, sounds quite sexual, doesn't it? I like it. Bring out my Bosque. My favourite whiteboarder card then is
2/2 Bosque with trample.
Yeah, Tutu Bosque. It just reminds me of that ridiculous card I played that turned all my lands into forests. That was ridiculous.
Oh, that was horrible. Yeah.
First time I played that was great. Well, I can't remember what it was called now. Hunting Wilds, I think it was called. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that was crazy.
My favourite whiteboarder card is one I bought recently for my Thriss janky insect deck, and that's called Instill Energy.
Instill energy.
Yeah. Costs 1 green mana. So it's an enchant creature, or an aura, as it would be described today. So enchanted creature has haste, or is unaffected by summoning sickness. And then it has a 0 colon ability. So untap enchanted creature. Use this ability only once during your turn. So if I've got this on my commander.
Once during each turn. So you could do it on everyone's turn. That's quality.
Yeah. No,
Oh, dude, you could.
No, use this ability only during your turn and only once during each turn.
Oh, there might be an oracle text for it then, yeah.
Yeah. So untap enchanted creature. Use this ability only during your turn and only once each turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's quite a few different versions of this. I'm gonna go to like the latest one. Wow, that's an alpha card.
Yeah, so it's a very, very old card that I just got recently. But the one I got recently is a 6th or 5th edition one, but it's got a white border on it.
Yeah.
And I just thought I'd shove this in my insect deck because it just allows me to use my commander twice to give something +10/+10.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So,
yeah, that is really cool.
And it's a pseudo haste as well for a green creature. So that's very, very rare.
Yeah, it makes your commander be able to do things straight away, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty.
Because
cool.
I mean, your commander in that insect deck is predominantly there just to +5/+5 something.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's just and it's insect as well, so it just builds the tribe.
Oh wow! I just realised something you can do as well. You can attack with him. Yeah. And then you can pay the untap fee and then tap him again.
Yeah.
As he's attacking, and he becomes a 10/10.
Oh really?
Yeah. So basically, you attack, which taps him. Yeah. So he's tapped and attacking. You untap him, and then you tap him again to give himself +5/+5.
God, would that work then? Would it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because untapping it doesn't take it out of combat.
Ah, that's interesting.
So it suddenly becomes a 10/10 commander.
Oh wow. Yeah, I like that. Nice. That was my favourite white border card. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty nice little addition to the deck there.
Oh, dude, you could put that in in the Axmithris as well, couldn't you?
Oh wow, I could. Yeah, untap enchanted creature. But yeah, I could. Yeah, I suppose I could tap that for mana or just give it haste.
There's loads of artifacts out there that do something when it like taps. Like there's one that says like tap do damage equal to its power to target creature or something like that.
So that's pretty good then. Yeah, it's quite a lot of options for that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the 10 for this episode, isn't it, though?
Yeah, 10 for this episode, yeah. And just to give you a bit of sneak preview, the next one in the next series is Day 21, an underrated card. So that is the next section of the podcast. But I hope everyone's enjoying this format.
Yeah, and we'll probably do some other things. So any suggestions, put them down in the comments box. That'd be brilliant.
And I just want to say thanks to everyone so far, really, because we've got 56 now, 56 subscribers, I think, or just over 50. So I think that's a nice little milestone, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant.
So I just thought I'd mention that as well.
We're at 57, just checked.
57. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So for every one of those people, thank you very much for watching our videos. If there's anything that maybe your Magic players as well, local to us, and you want to come and play, just drop a comment in the comment section or private message us, and we'll arrange for you to play some Magic with us.
Definitely. Make sure you tune in next time then, and we'll finish this MTG Challenge podcast off But I've been Aaron Francis with
And I'm Josh.
Josh.
Oh yeah, carry on.
That's right. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you later.